Good evening guys, trust you all are doing all great. In this tutorial I will be showing you how to design a wedding flyer with the help of Pixellab, and also how you can add some other finishing editing touches to the flyer to make it look awesome like this, just with the help of your Snapseed application. This is Don's Graphics, and if you are joining us for the first time, do well to subscribe. Now without wasting much of your time, let's get started with the design. So I'm going to go back to my default page so that you can see everything from afresh. When you go to default page, click on these three dots right by your extreme right and click on image size. Then you want to input 1009 as the width, and the height remains unchanged 1280. So this is the size we are working with today. You can see that everything is now in place. After doing this, we are going to delete this text, and then we go to our background setting to bring in the background. So I already have a background which you don't have to worry about because I will share this background with you. So this is the background. Just click on it and you click on your check mark to proceed. Sorry about that guys. So now after achieving this, the next thing that we want to do is to make the background have some elements of white. The background, we want to dot it with some white elements. So how do you create that? Go to this middle button, then you click on shapes. Okay, click on shapes, and once you click on shape, what you are going to do is to click on gradient. Then we are going to create a shadow kind of light effect. Click on this plus button, then you want to click on this first color and also click here to adjust the color settings. You want to push this to the extreme left, click on OK, and now you are good to go. And then swap the color position so that this black can go up, as you can see here. Now after achieving this, go back and click on this. All right, click on this fourth gradient orientation, then you reduce this closer to this extent. If you are facing any difficulties, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so this is our shadow. We have already created it, but we want to turn it into a light effect. So we want to change the color now to white, perfect white. As you can see, now we increase it in size. Just increase it in size, position it right up here. Now what we are going to do is to copy and place another one here. So we want the upper section of our design, this portion, to be white. That is why we are doing this. After doing that, go to layer and lock all of these elements up. So after achieving all of this, the next thing we're going to do now is to bring in the image of the couple. And right here with me, I have the image already removed from photo room, but I'm going to crop it this way. So we're going to crop it right up to this section, crop it neatly. All right, and like I said, I'm sharing the resources with you, so there are no need to panic. There will be no need for you to panic about that. Okay, so after achieving this, we are going to use lazy position to make sure that it's on the middle of our design page. Then go to layer and also lock this up. But as you can see, the image is hanging, which is not making sense. So we are going to go to our draw tool. This draw tool enables you to create a quick shadow or gradient effect. So increase the pen size to 100 completely, increase the smoothness also, and most importantly the blur radius. Now after doing this, just place your hand across the screen and you draw. It will come out this way. After achieving this, alright, we drew here also by error. So you can see here by error. How do you undo that? Just click here, it will undo that. Now you can click on your check mark to OK this action. So as you can see, we have this. Now we're going to stretch this out so that it can create us that beautiful fade. Okay, fading, as you might call it. So just increase this in size. As you can see, we have it here, but I'm not going to place this like so. I'm just going to rotate this a little bit. So just rotate this and position it here. So let's increase it further to make it big. Okay, all right, good. So we have this. Now we're going to change the color, okay, to this. But then you can pick this color from the background. I picked it from the background, so you can click on the plus button. All right, it's very simple. And you use the color picker. So I'm showing you now how to pick the color from the background. Automatically it picks from the background here. If you are not satisfied with it, you can adjust it to wherever you want the color to be. You can always look up here. Okay, so that's that. But I'm going to copy this. Okay, let's just copy this and we reduce it in size because we want to cover this other section of the lady. Okay, so let's just reduce this neatly. Okay, we just slanted it, position it here. So you just make sure that everything is well covered. All right, so we can leave this, rotate this back to the normal size, and just position this like so. All right, beautiful. So after achieving all of this, go back to layer and lock this up. So why are we locking all of this? So that it cannot interrupt when we're doing other things. Now go to import, and we have this flower element. Like I promised, I will share all of this with you in the video description. So this is a blurred kind of flower element here, PNG. I blurred it using photo room. Okay, so what we're going to do now is to send this to back. Just send this to back. Okay, then you shift it upwards so that we can really see that effect right there. So just shift this up a little and use your relative position to make sure it's on the middle. Then you want to go to layer now and lock it up also. So after logging this up, this tutorial is very simple and straight to the point, guys. So it will not take much of your time. Just do well to watch to the very end. But as you watch, do well also to subscribe to the channel for yet more other amazing tutorials. Thank you so much. God bless you. Now we're going to import the other flower. Okay, so this is the original flower, the one that is not blurred. Don't worry, I will share all of this with you. Okay, so just position this somewhere here nicely, and what we are going to do now is to lock it up also. So after logging it up, it's now time for us to bring in our text. So we are going to first of all start with a new text and write joyous. Okay, just in small letters. But then we're going to change the color of this into this other dark shade. Okay, so we still pick the color using from the background. Okay, so I showed you already how you can do that. In order to avoid wasting your time, I will just go to fonts now. So we're going to font, and the font I'm using for this is called Devita. You can download this font from the font. Okay, dafonts.com. So this is the name of the font. So we write joyous. I want to increase this a little bit in size. All right, you just want to increase this a bit in size, then you position it here to this other section of the design. All right, let's shift this a little. Now after achieving this, we are going to go to new text and write December. So we have joyous December, but then we're going to change the color into perfect black. Then we go to our font and use a particular font called Roboto. Okay, so usually when your Pixellab malfunctions like what you can see now, what you need to do is just to go back to these three dots. Okay, then you go to recover autosave. So let's see this. All right, good. So you can see we recovered that work. So when your work scatters, there is no need for you to panic. You just go to auto recover and you recover the last auto saves, because as you work with Pixellab, it auto saves. So we are going to take that again, write December, then change the color into a perfect black and go to font area, and we're using Roboto medium. You want to reduce this neatly in size, then you shift it up and position it very much closer to joyous. So let's align this perfectly. Okay, good. So after achieving this, go back to shape, select this square, just make it into a tiny rectangle. Okay, so that is the purpose. Make it into a tiny rectangle, and let's change the color to the same color like this. Now use your position button to shift it a little bit closer to that position. Okay, so after you must have achieved this, the next thing we're going to do is to write the name of the couple. So it's Oluchi and Alex. So we start with Oluchi. We are starting with Oluchi. So Madam Oluchi is getting married. Let's leave the color to black. Then we go to font, and we use this font called Kilivon Mestro or Kilivon Mestra. That is the name of the font. So you can increase this to focus. Then use position button. All right, let's send it to front. There was an error there, so we use our position button to do that work. Now we're going to copy this December just so we maintain the same font, and we write wet. So Oluchi wet, this should be in capital letters now. Okay, then let's change the color into this, and we shift it. Okay, we shift this closer to this, and what we're going to do, let's shift it further. All right guys, let's shift this further. So wet who, copy this Oluchi and write Alex. Please, as you follow the tutorial, make sure that you have subscribed to the channel so that you won't miss out whenever we bring other tutorials. God bless you. Now we just want to position this like so. So we have Oluchi weds Alex. So when is it happening? All together. So let's copy this and write the venue. So this wedding is happening at St. Mary's Catholic Church, behind Petrolex fuel station, Ndokpasi in Douala, Cameroon. So this is the venue. Now we're going to reduce this in size. Then we'll break it into 3 lines. After breaking it into 3 lines, go to your alignment button, which is right here with you, and use middle alignment for that text. Then you want to shift the text a little upwards. Okay, good. Now we're going to copy this same text to write the date. So it's happening on the 10th of December. So like we said, glorious December, joyous December. So December 2024. Okay, now we can change this color into black. Use your star to bold this up. After bolding it up, just align this perfectly to fit into this section of the flyer. Then it's time for us to bring in the timing. So we copy this, double tap to write at 10 a.m. prompt. So we can position this here. Use position button to align it neatly. Now after achieving all of this, go back to your import button, which is here, to import the wedding ring. So I have some wedding elements here, one of which is this wedding ring we are going to be using. Let's reduce this in size and just position it neatly here. All right, so everything is well in place. Once you check and you are satisfied with your work, you can proceed to save. But as we save the design, I want us to increase the size of this other flower element. So obviously we can increase this flower element in size. Let's just send it to front. Okay, I mean the blurred flower element, so we send it now to back. Okay, good. Use lazy position to align it to the middle of your design. So everything is well on course. We are going to save our work. So after saving your work, launch Snapseed, another awesome editing app that will help you to add some finishing touches to your work. So this is the old one I did. All right, so I'm just going to, once you open, let me just close this up, guys. All right, so go back to Snapseed. So download Snapseed from Google Play Store. Here you click on the plus button, then you choose your design, and after choosing your design, go to tools, click on tools, which is here, and go to details. Let's first of all enhance the structure to about 77%, then click here on apply, this button, it will apply. Then you go back to tools again, select tune image. Let's step up the brightness, and as you step up the brightness, now click down here, click on contrast, increase the contrast a bit. Do the same thing, go to saturation, touch the saturation a bit to 10. Then the ambience, let's check for ambience, increase the ambience also. Go to highlight, let's make it highlighted. The color tones should be well highlighted. Then go to shadow, of course increase the shadow a bit also. Then the last thing is to go to warm. On warm, we're going to reduce the warmness drastically, okay, to achieve this glowing look on the flyer. So we are reducing the warm to -72, and this is the most important editing here. All right, now you want to click here, everything is done. Click here on your check mark. Now you can click on export. On export to save your work. Okay guys, so that's it for this wedding invitation or wedding flyer design using Pixellab and Snapseed. I guess today's tutorial was helpful. Do well to subscribe to the channel. I'll be looking up to your questions on the video description or on the comment section if there are any. Get all resources on the video description. See you next. Stay blessed. God bless you. This is Don's Graphics.